My name is Mr. Everyman. I'm married, it is true. I only married recently because I'd no work to do. The moment I got married, my wife started into good health, because in my haste I hadn't thought of looking for a house. Till we got one out at Golders Green, we looked on it with pride, till I discovered we should want some furniture inside. Well, I hadn't any money, so my wife flew in a rage. She said there's nothing for it but to go to Mr. Drage. So off we went to Drage's, just as quickly as could be. Mr. Drage was very nice. He turned and said to me, "Good morning, Mr. Everyman, what can I do for you?" I said, "It's rather awkward, Mr. Drage, what shall I do? You see, we've only just got married and I'm on the rocks and broke." He said, "Don't let that worry you, why money is a joke. We only run our business to oblige you sort of folk, and we always lay a lino on the floor." So I said, "Well, that's splendid, but no reference I've got." He said, "We do not want them, they're a lot of tommy rot. Why, you needn't even give your name if you would rather not, and we always lay a lino on the floor." £500 in furniture she spent with my old Dutch. "What deposit, Mr. Drage," I said, "would you require for such?" He simply smiled and said, "Would 2 and 6pence be too much? And we always lay a lino on the floor." So I said, 2 and 6pence, Mr. Drage, you're very kind. Now, what about instalments? He said, "That's as you're inclined. Say £half a year, and if you can't, well, never mind. And we always lay a lino on the floor." Then I said, "Mr. Drage, suppose that I am taken ill and cannot keep the payments up." He said, "It costs you nil. We keep you while you're out of work and pay your doctor's bill, and we always lay a lino on the floor." Then I said, "The neighbours in our road go bound to know we are new, and when they see your vans, they're sure to say a thing or two." He said, "They won't, we send the stuff in vans as plain as you, and we always lay a lino on the floor." Then he said, "From today our special policy begins, insuring you for burglary and fire and double gins. It pays for you £1,000 if you should click for twins, and still we lay a lino on the floor." Then I said, "Goodbye and thank you, Mr. Drage, you've been most fair." He said, "Good morning, Mr. Everyman, and I declare, my wife said, 'Mr. Drage, you won't forget our railway fare when you send to lay the lino on the floor.' The Drages, beautiful Drages, that's the place to furnish if you're poor. Be it ever so humble, or be it a mansion, well, they always lay a lino on the floor." This is a song which illustrates the ease and facility which other occupants of the world have in finding their homes, compared to the poor old Englishman who has such a terrible job in finding somewhere to live. The stately homes of England, how beautiful they stand, how beautiful they stand, but we don't know where they stand. For search the whole world over, deny it if you can, everybody's got a home, except the Englishman. Now the Eskimo has a house made of snow, on the banks of the Ugadoki. The bedroom's made of strawberry ice and the drawing room's hokey-pokey. Now the Yankee lives in a skyscraper high, so his milk account he bilks it, 'cause when the cow jumps over the moon, he leans out of the window and milks it. Now the Sheik of Araby lives in a tent. He goes sheiking Eastern charmers. He kisses them all and runs away with his home packed in his pyjamas. Now the little sardine lives in a tin, till he gets served up on a muffin, and like an old Scotch friend of mine, he gets well oiled for nothing. Now the little pig lives in a sty, not furnished by Waring and Gillow, but he finishes up on a veal and ham pie with a hard-boiled egg for a pillow. The glowworm lives in a fairy dell, and there's no gas in his houses, because he's born with a headlight in his head and a real light in his trap. Hey day, jelly dum day. Now Now the honey bee lives in a hive till he gets to the end of sting time. Then he hangs his sting up on a hook and beehives himself till springtime. Oh, very good, very good. Now the cheese mite lives in a cheddar cheese till the cook comes round to grab it, and he gets a roast, sits down on toast, and says, "Here we are, Welsh rabbit." Now even the toad in the hole has got a home, and his idea's a good un. He disguises himself as a pork sausage and he goes to sleep in a pudding. Now the winkle at Southend lives in a shell, but if he thinks Westcliff more classy, he moves away at Ford car speed with his coupe on his chassis. Now the Zulu lives in a hut made of mud, but upstairs his dear wife Emily upsets the jug, and when the wet comes through, he says, "Blimey, back at Wembley." Now the little moth lives in a bottom drawer, in the midst of Maudie's trousseau, and he goes to sleep on a couple of frills. He's a lucky old moth to do so. But to find a home in England, you need a Sherlock Holmes.